Here are some tips and tricks for installing PPF on a G-Wagon hood. From my experience, I do see some of you installers that are having some issues with leaving pre-tack and work marks on these high tension and even high body lines. Here are some of the techniques and tricks on this hood that could also be applied to the Range Rover hood as well. Now let me explain a couple of the theories that are going to be behind pre-tack marks and what causes them also. Now let's install this strip of film on this body line so I could explain, because these pre-tack marks are caused when there's dry spots in the adhesive, and these dry spots are going to start tacking onto the panel when there's no slip there, and it makes a mark. When you start moving and stretching the film, this is what it's going to look like. Now let me go into a little bit more detail on this. When you're doing a heavy stretch, there will always be a dry spot somewhere, and the slip solution that you're spraying is always going to be on the adhesive side, and that's with no stretch. Let's look at what happens when you do a heavy stretch. You'll start exposing some of these parts in the adhesive, which creates dry spots. That's why it's really important that you guys do not stretch the film past its limits. Let's squeegee this down. And this is what it's going to look like when the air is trapped and stuck underneath the film. Some of you installers calling it champagne bubbles, silvering, crow's feet, but it is actually the air stuck in the film. The air is tacked to the panel now, and there's actually no way of getting it out. Now let's do this the correct way so we could avoid getting marks like this. When I'm working on a panel like this with high body lines and heavy stretch, I always like to use Insta-Gel. But when you're using Insta-Gel on a panel like this, you gotta always put more on them high body lines so we can float the film on this panel. And this works with all types of PPF, even ULTRAFIT's hydrophobic film. Insta-Gel is allowing this film to float onto this panel. Let's just say you're driving your car in a heavy rainstorm and your car starts hydroplaning, causing you to swerve, slip, slide all over the road. Thickness of this gel is going to be preventing the adhesive to pre-tack to these hoods. That's why I like using gel on all my installations, because time is money, y'all. Now we're going to be putting this theory to the test. Let me get some of this hot water so I can soften up this film. Start by floating the film. This little trick right here is also going to help you prevent from any pre-tacking on these installs. I'll be starting by dry tacking this vinyl though. You can see this ain't going nowhere. Now let's not forget about that imaginary road map, and we gotta always be squeegeeing with that body line. But guess what? I gotta break some rules today. I gotta squeegee with that high body line first before it starts drying out on you. There's a lot of tension right there from you stretching the film down. You wanna hurry up and squeegee that area first before it starts giving you some trouble. Time to put the final touches on this one and start moving on to the next. Remember, practice, practice, practice. You gotta train that brain and build that muscle memory. I hope this video helps a lot of you guys out. I'm Anthony Magana. You can follow me on IG at PPF_Tony for more tips, tricks, and my advanced techniques.